ladies and gentlemen, Terence Bud Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. Yes, the big fish. They have concluded their press conference ahead of the big-time bout mega boxing showdown coming up this Saturday night. You do not want to miss it. Make sure you subscribe to Flight Sports. We will be live giving non-stop updates leading up to the fight and after. Listen, it was a lot of things being said, a lot of venom, It was a lot of words that, like I said, they're going to have to deal with when they get in the ring. Even the everybody had a hand in this. The crowd, the trainers. This was an epic press conference, and you can see it's all about business. Errol Spence and Terence Bud Crawford truly want this fight to happen. It was a lot of so-called ducking and dodging and going through hula hoops, but nevertheless, what the statement was being said from both sides was, we here now, and that's really all that matters. Terence Bud Crawford is coming into this bout. You already know, the WBO World Welterweight Champion. This man is 39 wins, no losses, no draws, 30 wins, violently by the way of knockout, looking to be 31 knockouts under his belt. He heard what he said. He doesn't go in looking for the knockout, but if it presents itself, it's gonna happen if he get out of line. That was the words that was said. My man from Omaha, Nebraska, doing big things, 5'8", with a 74-inch arm reach. Errol Spence Jr., the big fish, 33 years old. You already know the southpaw. Mind you, Terence Crawford, he could go orthodox and southpaw. That's something crazy. But back to Spence. We all know this man, coming out of Texas. I mean, let's keep it real. 28-0. You already know what that means. No losses, no draws, 22 wins by the way of knockout. This man Spence, 5'9", with a 72-inch arm reach. The truth, man, we're going to find out. This guy right here is promising to do a lot of things to Terence Bud Crawford. He's already said how he's going to break him down. He's going to break down his will and this, that, and the third. He's really looked like he's zeroed in on Terence Bud Crawford. And like I said, they both look drained. I mean, seriously, when you look at them, to make this weight, it clearly looked, it looked like Spence looked like he took it a little harder. Spence looked like he might want to, he might be moving up. I don't see it. I don't know if any of them going to fight Boots, because obviously that would be next, but we'll get to that later. But Spence, on the other hand, I think that he's very confident. You hear his team, his trainer, they all was involved. Everybody's feeling like they're going to take him out. It's going to be a crawfish boil. That's what he's trying to say. He's letting everybody know it's going to be a seafood boil. And Terence Crawford is on the menu. He doesn't have the whole entire campaign. He on a world tour, with Bud Crawford. And I'm telling you, this guy, Terence Crawford, he's hearing all this. Whoever wins this fight, obviously, is so much bragging rights. There's so much at stake. This is the biggest fight in boxing. Obviously, we coming off the heels of the Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Tank Davis, which was an electrifying bout. Obviously, people said that was the biggest fight in boxing. This fight, you won't be able to say this, that, and the third. See, they had a lot of critics had out with Garcia because it's crazy because he was up there with all of them. Like, they was looking at him as like one of the kings in boxing. And then once he loses, he was an internet sensation and all this, they pushing this, that, and the third. Almost discrediting his boxing ability. And you see he got with Derrick James, after all that. People hear this stuff. This dude, he been boxing since he was a kid, but that's nevertheless, listen, Crawford, on the other hand, he's just as confident, if not more. He seemed very relaxed, believe it or not. Of course, in the crowd, he's chirping and barking with the audience. That's expected. I don't know. I'm hearing that was Spence's team. I don't know who it was, but Spence clearly was saying how he's too emotional and this, that, and the third. It's almost looking at it like what was going on was like a weakness. You know, on the other hand, y'all gotta let me know y'all thoughts. Do y'all think that was a sign of weakness that Terence Crawford was so, losing his mind with the crowd and the antics that was going on? We don't know what was actually being said. We wasn't in the crowd, but I do know that only these two are gonna fight in the ring. So they can have whoever speaking, they can have whoever antagonizing. It's nowhere to run now. The fight is going to happen. It took years. It took a lot of politicking. It took a lot of business. It wasn't easy to get where they at, but they are where they at. And now it's time to have the biggest fight in boxing. And who wins, who prevails, put in the comment section now who you got. I think we still got a few more hours left, to discuss, who's going to take this and this, that, and the third. We will be having final fight predictions on who's taking this fight, who wins, because it's gonna be for everything. Everybody's gonna be tuning in this fight in terms of viewers, casual, big time boxing fans. This is the kind of fight that changes boxing. Has the potential to change boxing. And after this, it's only big fights. And you see the reward. I think what's going on is obviously, trying to hold on to that. Oh, it's something crazy, but fighters are seeing what's at stake when you put it all on the line. You get rewarded. The fighters who put it all on the line and give the fans the fights they want to see, they get rewarded. And you seen what you heard what my man Ryan Garcia just came up off of. So you ain't gonna tell me he wasn't rewarded. So there's a lot of paper out there for people that really want it, that really want to take fights and really want to prove and test to be great. But this press conference was very electric, and they have respect for one another, believe it or not. You hear the antics, you hear the antagonizing, but you clearly see a level of respect for both of them. They both, I wouldn't say they fear each other, but they both understand that the potential from each of them. Like, man, it could go down. Like, man, this is crazy. Like, I could lose. Like, I think both of them feel like, listen, I'm fighting for everything on this one. Like, my undefeated streak is on the line. Everything is on the line here. They both feel like, they got to bring it. And I know they both train like they've never trained before, because that's how much respect. And I can't wait till after the fight is over for us to really, get the insight on how they trained and how they prepared for this fight. That's going to be epic, so shout out to all the boxing fans. It's time to celebrate, rejoice. Boxing is where it needs to be, and it's headed in the right direction. And this fight is going to be electric this Saturday. Make sure you subscribe to Flight Sports. Peace and love.